Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Let me get the link shared. It's going to be 4 breaks tonight, guys. I will run the hobby case random for number 4 after everything else, but I'll run the random itself here in a second. Let me get everything loaded. Like I said, sorry for a late start. Joseph's birthday. Augie came back from the hospital. So we have those things. Yeah, I mean, great day in the Linkfelder household that Augie came back. I was going to say, pretty much all he has to have right now is an inhaler and just some monitoring because he has a little bit of high blood pressure. I think it's a side effect from the drugs, though. So, Pristine does come out tomorrow. They only gave me 1 case. I don't know if they're going to give me a wave 2 or not. I'm just going to use it in mixers. Just so you guys know, link should be shared. Team list on the right, over at camera in the bottom left-hand corner. It obviously is a two-caser. All the boxes are already out, so I'm not going to be flipping around for boxes. I'm going to run through the hobbies, and I'll run through the jumbos second. This year, no one's seen the box. I think it's actually one of the better boxes. I'd probably have Barry Bonds up here because I think he is the greatest player of all time, or at least the best hitter. But you got Ohtani, or maybe a different pitcher. Maybe put Babe Ruth up here because he's a two-way. But regardless, Hank Aaron, Griffey, Judge, Ohtani on the cover. One of the better covers they've had in I'd say in a while. I know they've been trying to keep young guys on there in general, but I think this cover is better. 1 silver pack in per hobby box. There's going to be 2 in the jumbos. I am not going to go through every single card. I will flip through every single card, but I'm not going to mention every single card by name. We go over this just for the sake of time, because otherwise we'll be here for 47 years. I'm going to kind of scroll through the hits, but every card will obviously be on camera. Flip through. Veteran base does not ship. All inserts will ship. All rookie cards will ship. The veteran base does not ship. There's not going to be any base. By veteran base, I mean guys that are currently in the Major League Baseball. There's not going to be any legends that have base cards. They would have either short prints, home field advantages, or autographs. There's not going to be anybody that's retired out of the baseball league that would have a base card, so you will get those. Obviously, any of the, like, if there's any of those first pitch, like the Jerry Seinfelds and whoever else, and I'm sure have first pitch cards in here, those will obviously go to whatever team they are jerseyed in. So, like, Jerry Seinfeld would go to the Mets. I don't even know if he's in this year, but there's like 50 Cent would go to the Yankees. Like, I don't know if 50 Cent's in the product this year. Just that's somebody that's throwing the first pitch or throws the first pitch almost once a season that only does it for the Yankees. So it's like one of those things where, like Paul Skeen's girlfriend, what's her name? Oh wow, Livy Dunn. Like Livy Dunn throws the first pitch for the Pirates. If she's in the product, she would go to the Pirates if she's in a Pirates jersey. Hope that explains everything. Let's get rolling. There is a chance for 1 autograph or memorabilia in the hobby boxes. I was going to say, hopefully everybody had a good day. There's Nolan McLean. So this would be an insert. This will get sent no matter who it is. The 52 Mantle will go to the Yankees, yes. And we're going to reverse memorabilia or autograph in 18 out of 25, Agustin Ramirez. Solid name. This is Augie's name. I'll just say, just not, we don't spell it like this. We spell it like the Catholic saint. 18 out of 25. But yes, the 52 Mickey Mantle redemption would go to the Yankees. Got the greatest hits, Mike Trout. But yeah, like I said, any insert, like that Trout's an insert, so that Trout would go out. I'm not sure how this is the 75th year of Topps. I mean, I guess I get it. There's like a couple years where I guess they don't see Topps as official cards yet or something. PCA, because we've had more. There's been more than 75 years of baseball cards, but Guess it makes sense because 5 years ago they tried to J-Rod on the profiles. They tried to they did the like Project 70, which would be 70 years of cards. But I feel like that card's longer than that. Huh. Yeah, I mean they printed more. The problem is they're gonna print more and more every year. I don't think it'll ever get up to the junk wax. It can never be comparable to the junk wax era of the 90s. Oh, by the way, we'll send cup cards as well. We have Dalton Rushing, Future Stars, 192 out of 250. I will send the cup cards as well for anybody that has a cup card that's not a rookie card. Only because there are people that will collect the whole cup set, and they sometimes are worth a few bucks depending who it is. I'll make sure the guys know. Like that Matt Shaw, like just because the ticket cards from Topps. Hey, how you doing, Bryant? Because there's definitely a few guys, like I said, every year the cup cards that the rookies become too much or they go crazy. 2025 All Topps team, Jazz Chisholm. They become a little bit crazy. We have Luke Keeschel on the cup card. Like, his stuff is still, I mean, his stuff is criminally low on the foil here. Those foils might be way super common in the jumbos. We'll find out. That might be the only one that gets top load. They'll obviously all get sleeved. I was going to say. Like a guy that... Oh! He's a doubled up here, folks. 116 out of 150. Jack Caglianon. On the base auto. Out of 150. Not a base auto, obviously out of 150, but on the insert autograph. Doubling up. Who even has the... I don't even know who has the Royals. I didn't say who had the Marlins. The Marlins are Chad. The Royals are going to be Doug. Nice hit for Doug. Par for the course, I'm going to say. I was going to run them all tonight if you guys wanted. If there's a wide consensus that people don't want to stay up that late, I can always run 3 and 4 tomorrow. That's really up to you guys. But I was planning on running them all tonight. We have Yordan Alvarez. I'm going to run the random for number 4 right after this break. We have Bryce Miller on the 16. $16.56 out of 2026. I'm sure we will see our fair share of BS boxes. We're going to have Judge, Bichette, and Wilson. That's going to go to the Yankees. Unless the other person owns 2/3 of the card. The league leaders always just go to whoever is number 1. We have Bryce Harper. We've done it that way for the last 4 years. I'm not going to change it. Say something that would be in the notes if we were on like Whatnot or something, but... And we have a gold Bregman, 20 out of 50. Obviously, got a little bit of corner damage on the bottom right, but that's going to go to the Red Sox. And Greg Sommers, obviously, probably not happy about Bregman. Probably not happy about Bregman leaving and not signing a contract with him, but... That's the downside of Series 1 getting printed so early and coming out so early, is there is definitely some teams where you're like, oh man, like that's a nice hit, but you don't play for the team anymore. And then a silver pack. So overall, first box, pretty good box. Then we're going to go with Roman Anthony, the Roman Empire there. Buster Posey, Tatis, and Colby Thomas, who could be a sneaky guy. Could be a sneaky good guy on the Colby Thomas. Let's see. It's going to take a little bit longer in the break here with me top loading these guys at the thing, but I just want to make sure there's no confusion between Dylan and them whenever they're sorting of what needs top loaded. So top load the silver pack insert rookies. Another silver pack. Baseball season should be interesting. There's some teams spending some money this year. Like I'm not happy that they signed Marcell Ozuna from a standpoint of he's a woman beater. But I am happy that they're spending money and trying to bring guys in to be competitive. I mean, Ozuna's a good player on the field. I mean, especially if we can get like 2 years ago version of Marcell Ozuna. Hopefully getting some lineup protection around guys like Brian Reynolds and O'Neal Cruz if they have better years as well. And the rotation should be really, really good. I mean, one of the guys in the rotation is a rookie in 2026 stuff, Bubba Chandler, but also like Ashcraft, it has, I think, potential to be pretty decent as like a 4th or 5th guy in a rotation. Jared Jones should be back healthy. Obviously, the returning Cy Young winner and Paul Skeens. So Pirates could be pretty decent. I'm disappointed in the amount that the Orioles did in the offseason. I don't think they did nearly as much as they should have, especially for a division that has the Yankees in it, the Red Sox in it. You have the Rays that just somehow compete with freaking a bag of chips and an orange traffic cone. And then you have also the team that went from the AL in the Blue Jays all in your division, and they didn't really do much, I think, to upgrade their roster, in my personal opinion. We have Bregman again. Just my opinion, I think that the Orioles did not do everything in their power. For a guy that came in that bought the team that said he's going to spend money, he seems to be a cheap ass. I'm still waiting for them to re-sign Henderson and Adley Rutschman as well. We have McCutchen there on the greatest hits. But you have Owen Casey for the Cubs. A lot of good publicity around him. I've been talking about Casey for like 3 or 4 years. I think the Cubs slow played him coming up. There's good old, the big unit, Randy Johnson. Like they really slow played the hell out of Casey coming up for the Cubbies. I think he should have probably been up a year ago, year and a half ago. I mean, they slow played PCA coming up too, and it was obviously the right move because he had a really good year last year. I was gonna say, so maybe they know what they're doing. I'm just not a fan of like what the Cubs do or what the Giants do. Mostly what the Giants do, where they just like don't bring guys up till they're like 45 years old, and then they're like, oh, they didn't bat 400 when they came up, send them back down. Like that's crazy, man. I think some of the young guys, like I really hope the Pirates bring up Connor Griffin this year, and if he struggles a little bit, let him struggle. There's a nice Chase Burns. Guy's nasty stuff. Yeah, it's nasty stuff. Especially if you have a bad franchise. I don't care about control at that point. Like, you need to figure out if you're ever going to be able to compete. We have Cal Raleigh on the 2025 All-Tops team. Those might be one per hobby. We have the Future Stars, Kumar Rocker. We'll see if he's actually a future star. Another guy that's just strange. Just another guy that's just as strange. Like, is he actually that good or not that good? We're going to have Yordan Alvarez on the game-used memorabilia. Going to the Astros. Little piece of a bat. Just a base memorabilia. And this is, I think, what you're going to get more typical in a hobby box. I wouldn't say that. We have had really good luck with hobby boxes breaking them, but I was going to say that's the type. This is the type of hobby box you can get. So you've seen kind of both sides of one that's juiced, one that's just not juiced. Samuel Basallo. And maybe they just think that Sammy's going to come up and be a big difference maker, and that's what they're banking on. We have the Bronx buddies. And maybe that's why they didn't go out and sign anybody. But, I mean, even letting, like, a guy like O'Hearn. And I don't think O'Hearn's that good. Like, I do like that pickup for the Pirates just because they don't have a first baseman. But I've been a negative reviewer of O'Hearn in general. We have Mookie Betts. I mean, the guy hit left-handed pitching better last year. But in general, he's never really hit lefties. He's never been a lefty-on-lefty guy, so you got to take him out of the lineup. Matthew Boyd, but we are going to get a Kyle Backus for the Diamondbacks on the green foil out of 99. So, like, yeah. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think O'Hearn's like a needle mover for the Orioles necessarily if you have Basallo coming up, but this silver pack. Like, them not even trying to re-sign him as like a platoon guy is just strange to me. We got Aaron Judge, Cole Young, Corbin Carroll, and Shohei. Man, Cole Young. Or not Cole. Well, Cole Young, obviously. I think he's a Pittsburgh guy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Pittsburgh. I think you have like 18 guys that are all the same shortstop on the Mariners farm system. But he's the one that's from Pittsburgh. I was going to say, thought process. Oh, with the Orioles, I just don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing. They didn't go out and sign a big pitcher either. Like Grayson Rodriguez just walk. And say what you want about Grayson Rodriguez and health issues and not performing to the level that he was hyped up to be, but the guy does have nasty stuff if he's healthy and if you can get him to control it and fix it. He's going to be that guy like Mike Messina who leaves, and I don't know if he'll be a Hall of Fame level pitcher, but I think he's going to be one of those guys that's nasty. He's going to be like, what's that guy that left and went to the Giants that almost won a Cy Young, or maybe he did win a Cy Young. And then went to the Blue Jays and pitched really well too. Oh my God. I don't know if Dylan or Rodney or any of those guys are watching the chat, but I can see his face. I can't think of his name right now. But was like decent with the Orioles and then left and was elite for. I mean, I think he was pretty decent again last year. I mean, I can say the same thing about Pirates and pitchers too. Yeah, Kevin Gausman. There you go. I could see his face. I could not think of his name for some reason. I mean, the Pirates do the same thing, right? Like Garrett Cole was a good pitcher for the Pirates. He's a Cy Young level pitcher everywhere else, right? Nolan McLean out of 2026. So, I mean, it's not like I can say that other teams don't do it. We have J-Ram on the 2025 All-Tops team. But I think the cost to start a grading company would not be beneficial to me. Personally, I'm just hoping that people will buy into CGC now. 2026. I mean, we send CGC grading for $18 a card, and that comes with cleaning it and prepping it, which when PSA was at, when we were doing 25 for PSA, it's a hard sell, but whenever we got to charge 30 for PSA to send a card there, I mean, at $12 less a card, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's more of a no-brainer for Pokemon. There's J-Ram. Than it is, because it's at least recognized in Pokemon. It's sports cards. It is definitely tough. If you don't get a pristine, I think you're probably gonna. The difference of a PSA 10 and just a regular CGC 10 in sports cards is worth the extra $12, no matter what card it is. But I do think there has to be an alternative, and I don't think SGC is the answer. Just because SGC is PSA now. Like, we have cards stuck at... Actually, I'm going to show you guys this real quick just because it got brought up. And it is going to derail the break for, like, maybe a minute here. Only because we're dealing with this right now where we have orders, active orders. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. So this is a PSA order that is literally stuck in Boca Raton, which is where SGC was. So PSA either opened up a facility. I'll show you this right here. So PSA either, so you can see the tracking matches up. Either way, this has been stuck there for 6 days. So what happens too, whenever I share the information with somebody, somebody will ask, someone will ask and be like, all right, well, like, why is it taking so long? I'll show them the picture and they'll drop off. It actually just happened with one of our, like, I would consider him a friend at this point, but he's one of the guys that comes in here and buys a lot of Pokemon. And he was like, I dropped those off, like, the middle of August. And I'm like, or the middle of September, whatever month it was. We have greatest hits, Patrick Bailey. And it didn't get to them till a month afterwards. Didn't get to them. I went and looked to see when we dropped them off. We dropped them off a week after he dropped them to us. And what happened is because they went to... It's another order that's down in Boca. Because they went down to Boca, PSA doesn't consider them accepted until they get back to whichever grading facility they want to do. So they went to California. From California, they went to Boca, which is the southern Florida. And then after it got to southern Florida, they still took like 2 weeks to intake it. So it makes it look like, on my end, that we didn't send their cards for a month. Like, that's bad for the people that you have submitting to you, too, that are companies. Like, that's terrible. Because now I got to try to explain to them and show them, hey, like, we shipped it out this time. Like, we have Kyle Kairos, which is Eric Kairos' son, for the Rockies. So, like, yeah, trying to explain that to people is also just causes a lot of problems. Because, like, not only did Dalton say that, but somebody else said it to me, too. And they're like, oh, that doesn't even sound right, dude. Like, why did that happen? And I'm like, this is how they operate, man. Like, I have no control. Got Lawrence Butler. CGC is just so streamlined. Their website sucks. But they're less expensive. They're streamlined. We have Jose Altuve. Manny Machado on the memorabilia. And I think in general, like, I think their slabs feel better than PSA. I'm not saying, oh, they're more valuable, because they're not. Like, I'm not going to lie to you about it. Manny Machado here for the Padres. That's going to go to Scott Cover on the game use bat memorabilia. But I do think that they have a chance to compete. And obviously Fanatics has their hands inside of CGC. So... But yeah, it's obscene. For value bulk is $25, so that means we got to charge $30 to prep it, clean it, send it, right? Like that. I mean, that's a tough sell to anybody. We have Kyle Schwarber there, obviously. Unfortunately, re-signed with the Phillies instead of the Pirates or some other teams. And Dalton Rushing. Yeah, Perdermo on the foil. So it's like one of those things where, like, I don't know what they're thinking, man. I think they're just thinking that people stop sending to them. Freddie Freeman, and there is going to be some, but... Yeah. Yeah, Chase Burns on the goal. 267 out of 399. My bad. Yellow for the Reds. Nice hit here. Guy that has some absolute gas. Let's see. But yeah, Brian, I was actually going to message you, as in Brian Thomas, about the stuff you sent here. I mean, a lot of those cards are probably going to be in that upcharge range anyways, assuming they get good grades. But I did want to talk to you if you still want... I mean, obviously you're going to want to send PSA because of the cards that they are, but just that the price is going to be a little bit higher because they literally changed the price like the day we received the cards. We have Bryce Harper, Julio Rodriguez, Paul Skeens, and Jackson Churio. Which was like crazy. I got an email and I'm like, oh man, what did PSA... I thought PSA was going to be like, hey, we got some upcharges. We got to... Because if you get upcharged, they like send you an email saying, is it okay to charge your card for more than... for more than whatever that you agreed to whenever you sent them, right? So I was like, oh, they're probably asking me about upcharge. Nope. There's a newsletter saying we're about to bend everybody over. Yeah, I think they raised the price, what was it, yesterday or the day before? I think it was on Tuesday. It's $5 more a card, I mean, than what it was. It's not terrible, but what's $6 more? $6 more than what bulk actually was. No, I guess it's $5 for sports. So they combine the TCG, which is like Pokemon, One Piece, with sports is the same price now. The TCG used to be $2 cheaper. So the TCG went up like $8 or something like that, which is crazy. It's just crazy because, like, they actually do have real competition in the TCG environment. Like, CGC does compete with them. I was gonna say, I looked at them, just briefly looked them over. They seem to be all pretty decent. Rodney's gonna give them a much closer look. We've been getting bombarded with a bunch of products, so they were rearranging the entire back room. I was gonna say, Topps is doing an initiative with hobby shops to push more like blasters into hobby shops for like, and you have to charge whatever the MSRP is. So we should be seeing in general in the marketplace more blasters, at least on release, that are MSRP in shops, which I think is good overall. But if you've ever seen how big like 6 blaster cases are when they have 40 blasters in them, yeah. So they've been rearranging. They were rearranging stuff today. Plus, it was just busy in general, which I'm sure none of you guys even know what I'm talking about with this. But Riftbound comes out this Friday, and then Lorcana's pre-release is Friday. So that the order from Peach State, like our biggest distributor for that stuff, came in, and they were sorting through that, and it was like 11 boxes that all weigh like 50 pounds each. So it was just. Today was completely insane. And your cards, I think, came, like I said, yesterday. Finally came yesterday. We got James Wood. Maybe they came Monday. But Rodney doesn't work on... He don't work on Tuesdays. And we have Samuel Basalo on the ticket. We had OP13. Oh. They're apparently printing more, but... Yeah, Matt Chapman. Yeah, CJ Kafis. But yeah, they're apparently, like I said, I just seen an announcement that Bandai's printing more, which is a good thing. They're also opening up to more distributors, which means they're probably going to be printing more product in general. And we got Bryce Harper on the baseball bat relic. Yeah, One Piece is a hot commodity. By the time we get it in, I don't pre-sell any of it, but it's pretty much... if I get it, like we normally get like a case or two on release, it'll sell out with a 1-box limit that day. Even at market, it's so hot right now, like we have Kyle Teal. I wouldn't say it's the best rip. I think Riftbound is still the best boxes to like just open. Right now we got Brenton Doyle, but I do think it is very hard to completely lose on One Piece right now, even if you open it at market. We got Newman. Like, that's how crazy some of the singles prices are, especially if we get them graded, but maybe we got Matthew Boyd. We have Tommy Edman on the vintage stock. But maybe that changes. Are you talking about the Caglianon? It is numbered out of 150. Add an extra letter. Actually, extra letters to his name confused me. We have Roman Anthony, Buster Posey, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Bobby Witt. I hate landscape cards. Oh, so yeah, okay. Brian hit a monster, then gets a pristine 10. You send it to CGC as a pristine 10, or you send it to... But yeah, it's numbered. The Jack's numbered. You know, you showed up on time. I mean, I know I don't show up to anything on time. I try. Like I said, one of the reasons I got the shells is because I was tired of coming to the shop. I was absolutely tired of coming to the shop and not being able to find anything. Even tonight, I couldn't. They had everything in one spot, but normally shit's all over the place because we didn't have enough shelving. That's a lie. We had enough shelving. The 2 breakers I had rearranged the shelving. And... Oh, you got a black label of that? Or it was just a regular 10? Oh, it's your oldest that collects it with you. Oh, a dude you know. My bad. I thought you were saying dude like I know, period. Hit the red manga Luffy. And I just thought you weren't using any punctuation. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say that's like a down payment on a house. No, just maybe not on a house in California. That's like not even your mortgage payment in California, but oh, it wasn't even a black label. I didn't know the pristine 10s are going for that much. That's crazy. We are into the 5th box of the hobby case. Just so you guys know. I do have everything like set up, so we should be pretty quick through from break to break. Roberto Clemente. But yeah, when Augie got home tonight, he wouldn't go in his bed. He just freaked out in his crib. Which is, I'm assuming is like a normal reaction, only because there's a Roki on the foil. Obviously, he's been in the hospital for like almost 2 weeks. Or was in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. We have Skeens right there. And, like every night either me or Deanna was sleeping next to him, so I think he got used to that, and he was like flipping out, sleeping with just Joseph in his room, so I went and grabbed him and had him fall asleep on my chest, but then like every time we tried to move him, he would just scream bloody murder, so. On top of just everybody went to bed later than normal just because it's Joseph's birthday, but 78 out of 99, Luke Keishel. For the Twins, man, it's like the Jenny's in the pack. This has some corner damage too. Sounds good, man. I'll just say this is going to go to the Twins and Doug on the Keishel. Like I said, man, I think his stuff is, I mean, maybe it's not undervalued and that's just what his market's going to be, but I think for what the quality of player he is, man, if he can pop out 20 home runs, maybe luckily, we have Rafaela. I don't see how his stuff wouldn't go up. But he batted over 300 last year. It's so weird to me. We got Francisco Lindor. The guy if it wasn't for Nick Kurtz, he would have been in like real talks for Rookie of the Year. Like just no one was going to beat Kurtz last year. I mean, those are, I'm really good at baseball numbers, not I'm just a really good rookie numbers. You got the City Connect, Justin Henry Malloy for the Tigers. That's going to Aaron Westcott. Focus on the memorabilia. So we haven't got a box with just an autograph. I was going to say, but we did get the box with the memorabilia and the auto, and then we just been base memorabiliaing it up since. That's been crazy. We have Chapman. I am making a return to Whatnot at some point in time to run. It's mostly going to be me just running Wild Card and whatever else. The owner, the CEO from Wild Card hit me up and said, hey, like, because Mike was running Wild Card. He said, hey, man, like, what can I do to have you get back to running Wild Card? He's like, Tatis Jr. He's like, I think he lost one of the guys that really supported his business to Leaf, and yeah, so to like one of the breakers. So I'm gonna go on Wild. I'm gonna go in at night and probably do like 3 hours every night. Hey, how you doing, Austin? I'm doing all right, brother. I was gonna say, have some decent hits on the board. We just have been cold since the first box. Who is this? Paris Olympic Games surf champion. It's like, who is this lady with the super long torso? Came out hot with a out of 25 Ramirez, Augustin Ramirez, not J-Ram, and a Jack Caglianon out of 150 autograph. Not that Doug's shy about hitting Caglianons in the group. We have Roman Anthony and Joe Ryan. I also noticed there's a ton of people not running team, like pick your team breaks. I've seen a lot of, whether it's break groups on Facebook or on Fanatics Live, I obviously haven't paid attention to Whatnot at all, that are running like, we have Byron Buxton, Langford, Brady House, and Ryan Ritter that are running a ton of like pick your player. Which, don't get me wrong, pick your player is okay, but I don't know if I would do pick your player like maybe a 10 caser of this. I don't know if I would do pick your player any less than that. I think there's one person I think there was one person on Facebook doing 5 jumbo cases maybe. I'll pick your player. I just think that there's not enough, for me, there's not enough girth. I was going to say, it's going to be... I've seen a Schlitter or two base. That's another guy that could be good. The Yankees rotation could be really good this year, I was going to say. Schlitter is actually the real deal, and Cole comes back healthy. All right, this will put us halfway through. This is box 6. Like I mentioned before, Pristine does come out tomorrow. If anybody needs any like sealed boxes of it for yourself to rip open, let me know. We will have it in some mixers. They only gave me 1 case. It's only a 6-box case, I think. Down, no, it was 6 last year too. For an 8. No. Nope, just graded as an 8. I'm surprised they didn't give you a 9 and try to upcharge you. Give you the double whammy, unless they upcharge you for it anyway. which I guess they could have. Little Mookie Betts. You have another 2026 All Tops team, Cal Raleigh. But no, they won't switch it to authentic. You can get an 8. Nolan Ryan and Xander Bogaerts. Unless are you talking about the autograph, or are you talking about? You're talking about the actual card, right? No, Chase Burns ticket. Tatis Jr. Oh, it'll sell for less than raw. We have Prieto. Cesar. Prieto, second baseman for the Cardinals on the purple. 185 out of 250 on the purple foil. I mean, it'll just sell less than raw. I would just crack it, and if you're looking to sell it, I would just sell it raw. I mean, you could try to send it to like CGC, or I mean, if you really want to send it back to PSA, you could. Bush. Also, your Ben Rice will be in the mail in shortly. Which that got a 10. I was going to say. We have Fernandez. On the foil. I have J-Rod. Got Jackson Holiday. You also broke his hand. Today, man, that Hamma 8-bone or whatever, man. Everyone's breaking that. Corbin Carroll, Jackson Holiday. Here's Holiday on the base memorabilia. Brian Hayes in a red jersey just looks so weird to me. We have Altuve. Miguel Vargas. Andrew McCutchen. Nice little hit here for the Marlins. The team border, Jacob Marcy. For the Marlins, going to go to Chad Cleversey. Those always do well. Oh, we're going to get ourselves our first numbered from a silver pack. We have Ellie, Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero, and we're going to get for the Mets, Jonah Tong on the 60 out of 99. So get our second autograph here. Nice hit for the Mets. And Steven Wachstein. There's no other rookies in there. Nope. Random number 2 will be after this. I was going to say I will run the random itself for number 4 after this break. Like 70% of the people paid before I went live for this. I'm going to run the random. I'm going to let you know right now, if you don't pay for your spot and I got to chase you down after the break, it's not going to be a good time. Unless you told me beforehand, like, something happened and you asked to pay tomorrow, like, I'm going to let you know right now. I got to chase you down after the break. We're not going to be happy. I would think we're going to get probably like 2 or 3 autographs in these last boxes. I would think the ratio is pretty decent. I think there's already a line again. I think people are clunking everybody over the head price-wise on Series 1. Like I said, there's supposed to be a Wave 2. They announced it at the town hall, and they didn't give us a Wave 2 yet. Because my biggest thing right now is we have Rip Night next Saturday. We have Aaron Judge on the 2026 All Tops team, and I don't want to use everything if they're not going to give us product. A little Paul Skeens action. Bobby Witt. Remember, we're not even like a fourth of the way through the break itself, so we've had bad luck to start. Keep a little bit of hope. There's Ohtani on the breaking news, as there is still a chance. I really hope Jack Caglianone picks it up in this year, too. I hope he had like a Jackson Holiday type season where he had to take his lumps and then he'll have a good year this year and be all-star work type player. We got Tavar, because you can see when he's hitting the ball well, that man mashes. There's Cam Schlitter. But when he does not mash, or when he is not on his A game, that man is not good. Ooh, Didier Fuentes. There's an auto. Love to see it. He did not have the best start to his career with the Braves last year, but another guy looked like he was going to have great stuff. There's a Carson Williams, which this guy right here, I would monitor him. There is a good chance he could be a huge steal early on in singles and prices. Dominic Canzone on the foil. I have Nick Kurtz. I'm not saying that Carson Williams is going to be good. We have Edward Cabrera. We're going to have the color match blue foil ticket, Shohei Ohtani. And that's going to be a 51 out of 150. I'm not saying that he's going to be good. I'm just saying that his stuff is like the Rays typically get the most out of guys. He did not have a great start last year, but I think he'll be the starting shortstop this year. I don't see how he's not the starting shortstop based on what their roster is. So there's a chance he could just kill it because he played really well in the minors. We have Mark McGwire, Barry Larkin, Cal Ripken Jr., and PCA. That was probably our worst silver pack. Didn't get a single rookie that time. So I would just keep an eye on him. If you ever looking to like invest into a player, he might be a guy that's worth picking up some lower end stuff for a few bucks if you can find them. Silver pack. Because there's a lot of people that were overlooking Junior Caminero too, because his numbers weren't great when he got his little short stint with the Rays, and then last year the man was a top tier third baseman is what that man was last year. A Nolan Ryan all aces would be nasty. I mean, any all aces would be nasty if I'm being honest. Yeah, Bryce Harper. Yeah, the all-tops team, Nick Kurtz. Kershaw action. Yeah, William Contreras out of 2026. J-Rod. Yeah, Gunnar Henderson. Get this. William Contreras. 12-10 out of 2026. We got the Owen Casey pink parallel. These inserts, 1991 insert. One of everybody's favorite sets to bring in and think they got a bajillion dollars because they have a 1991 Ken Griffey that's bent in half. Casey on the pink. Gonna go to the Cubs and Ben Cuddia. Machado. And Ellie. Yeah, Evan Carter on the foil. Man, what I thought Evan Carter was going to be is not what Evan Carter has been. Let's see. Just tough. Tough, tough, tough. Guy cannot stay healthy. We have Brendan Nimmo on a 71 out of 99 on the memorabilia. Oh, that's sick. I think the White Sox have nothing to lose this year, man, to be honest. There's a Nimmo out of 99. Going to go the Mets and Steve. And Steve right there. This is box 8 of the case. We have Ben Seymour. Greatest hits, Jack Caglianon, where I think that's probably when he smashed his first at bat. I think he crushed one, right? We have Jonathan India. Then we got Devin Williams on the Aqua. They re-signed Devin Williams long term, right? Aqua foil. Trust me, I got a couple Evan Carter rookie autographs too that I am. I actually have one because his rookie year, and I had sent the cards to somebody, and Evan Carter to someone, and in the package, something happened where the package never came, or those cards were sitting in the shop. I can't remember. Anyways, I bought Evan Carter to replace it, and I still have that autograph that I bought to replace it. Got Mike Trout, Jose Altuve, Garcia, and Colson Montgomery. And it was something like, something on the, that wasn't our, as in like Charm City's doing, it was something on the other end. Oh yeah, Red Sox on Garcia, but Garcia's obviously was part of that trade to the Pirates earlier than Colson Montgomery for the White Sox. So yeah, I have one of his rookie autographs too from Silver Packs. Probably I'm pretty decent about like knowing who's going to be good. Like I'm pretty decent about realizing that. But Evan Carter and I'd say maybe Zach Veen a little bit, but Zach Veen was me more like really getting into Bowman and just like, I think this guy's going to be good. Didn't really do enough research on him, so I'll give myself a little bit of slack for that. But Evan Carter and, holy hell, I had another name and I can't think of it. Well, I'll think of it in like 5 minutes. Evan Carter is one of the guys where I bought a few of his stuff, and he has not panned out. We have heated up, kind of. I would say we got lukewarm. Were you here when the Jonah Tong was pulled? Out of 99? Then I would say we're heating up, but like I said, I think we started to put on the preheat setting to 450 and the power went out. So Robert, like here's the thing, not Eloy Jimenez because obviously he's toast. But I won't even make a judgment yet on Luis Robert only because Robert has so much upside still and he's never been in a good lineup. So, like, let's see what he does on the Mets. Like, let's see what he does with a Juan Soto. Oh, an Ohtani blue hit. Blue ticket. Which, are we really, really just going to say that they didn't just knock off one of Panini's products? I'm not going to name the product. Contenders, and they didn't just copy Contenders for the big ticket. Like, come on, Topps. Come on. The design, literally, I thought I was like, oh, that's a Contenders card. Come on. We have Didier Fuentes. Like, that is a lazy design. And I defend Topps. I mean, I'm in a group chat with a couple other hobby shops, and they call me a top glazer. I don't think I glaze Topps. I think I call them out. I do think that I think they're better than Panini, but I think Panini's just horrendous. Leaf is the worst. Leaf is, in my hierarchy of companies so far, and this is only my short time doing Wild Card, I got Topps number 1, Wild Card number 2, then I got Panini, and then I got Leaf. And Upper Deck doesn't get a ranking yet because I don't even know how to get direct with them. You got to go through the distributor anyway. So, yeah. I just think anytime there's something wrong, like Topps customer service is good. I think Topps screws over hobby shops and breakers a little bit, but that's a different story. We have Acuna Jr. I'm not going to get into that too much because the last thing I need is Clifton to lose my accounts. But we have Nick Pivetta on the foil. Shoeless Joe Jackson. Put my man in the Hall of Fame. He get in the Hall of Fame this year? Because they unbanned him, so he should get in the Hall soon, right? This is another guy that could be sneaky good. Brady House is a guy nobody's talking about. Let me tell you about a guy here. In my best, Chris Collinsworth. It's out of 150, yes. But Brady House could be a sneaky good player this year going to Bo. There's a lot of talent on the Nationals, man. I think they made a big, big mistake not picking Ethan Holiday. I think they would have drafted Ethan Holiday. If he would come up in like a year and a half, my goodness. They would have like 1 through 5 would just be fucking nasty, like sub-20, under 25-year-old players. Like just, like what a mistake from the GM. Like if Ethan Holiday has a good career and Willits doesn't, dude, holy shit. Their GM might get fired just on that in general. You got Dylan Beavers. Like you got a kid in Ethan Holiday that just looks like he's a shortstop, third baseman playing Mike Trout. And you're going to go and draft a kid that looks like a fucking twig. Oh, so stupid. I think that was one of the dumbest. I think that had to be, Mookie Betts. I think the Pirates drafting Henry Davis was kind of dumb too over like a Marcelo Mayer. But I think the Willits over Holiday is even dumber. And then the fact that he went like 5th overall, like what are the other teams doing? I was like the Pittsburgh Pirates, I was praying. I think it was like 2 picks away from the Pirates possibly getting Ethan Holiday. It's like, please let the Pirates get Ethan Holiday. You can come up this year, kid, and play shortstop since we don't know how to draft anybody else. We have Juan Burgess on the foil. Since apparently we can't figure out how to draft anybody in middle infield, like you can just come up. There's Tony Hawk. Look at that. Guy probably throws 89 while he pumps 1080s on his skateboard. I have Kyle Freeland. I have Burgos. And Jesus Luzardo for the Phillies out of 399. So that's the only downside to the Pirates rotation right now is they don't have a lefty. 2026. I think they need to trade Mitch Keller and bring in a lefty. 2026. At this point, I don't think they're going to trade Keller, but that would have been probably the best move in the offseason. Is trade Keller for a bat and then bring in a lefty, like if it was like Sanchez. Obviously, Sanchez signed with the Orioles, but it would have been like Sanchez or, give the whole farm system up for Scooble. Wouldn't that have been some shit, man? The Pirates gave up their whole farm system and have Paul Skeens and Tarek Scuball 1 and 2. You know, we're winning 2 out of every 5 games. That's okay. That's the Pirates way anyways. We got Derek Jeter, most overrated shortstop in all of baseball. Chipper Jones, Rafael Devers, and Yanquiel Fernandez. Thanks, Fernandez. I just don't understand why the Tigers don't spend money. Like, they have a really good young core. Why not bring in a huge bat or two? A couple guys in a rotation. And they know their fan base will support it. It's like Pittsburgh. Like, if you're winning, the fan base will support you. So put be box 10 on the hobby case. I just think in general, like I said, they have a lot of talent, man. And they literally have like one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. If not the best pitcher in all of baseball. By one of, he's top 3 for sure. I was going to say we have Yelich. Derek Jeter. Oh, Tony Hawk action again for the Padres. Greatest hits Ronald Acuna. Colby Thomas. The White Sox like have to be good this year, right? Or at least decent. Like, yeah, Jack Caglianone. Like, I don't think you can be as bad as they have been like 3 years in a row, can you? Like, they're talking like Detroit Lions bad stretch here, Cleveland Browns bad stretch. Kyle Teal. We have Grant Holmes, that sexy hairdo on the foil. I have Luis Morales out of 2026, Riley Green. There you go. We got Cade Horton, had a good end of the year on the autograph. You know who I think could be pretty decent this year? That's a sneaky rookie guy too. Is Bryce? I think Bryce Eldridge. Obviously, he's not in Series 1. He'll probably be in, I'm sure he'll be in Series 2. Luis Morales out of 2026. Otto Kemp. Stanton on the foil. We have Ohtani. We have Cedene Rafaela on the yellow foil out of 399. And that's going to be box 10. Did get an auto at least there on Cade Horton, so that puts us at 3 autos out of the 12 boxes that are not Silver Pack related. We got Yelich, Arenado, McLean, and Carson Whisenhunt. Yeah, I just think he's one of those guys. Like, I'm a huge proponent of guys that just have a lot of size to them. Pause. You said Eldridge? No, dude. He came up last year. He's not going to pitch. I don't think you're going to see anybody that pitches and plays a position in Major League Baseball other than Ohtani. Because, like, the Pirates tried with, like, Bubba Chandler. And, like, when he hit the ball, he crushed it. Because he's just a freak athlete. But, like, you can't bat. It's really hard in the minors. Because if you think about it, like, when you develop... Like, the reason Ohtani got to do it is they didn't have to develop him through the minors to do it. When you have a guy that's a two-way guy in the minors, you have to remember he's essentially taking at-bats away from another guy that could be a difference maker in your lineup. That could develop and be good. So... unless he's a guy that you already know is going to be more position player and pitch on the side, you could do it. But you have to remember, developing a guy that's a high schooler or whatever else and doing that, you're taking away depth in your farm system, essentially, of somebody that you could be getting a look at that you're not sure about. Or a guy that you need to develop a little bit more that might be, like, could be ace potential. Like, the reason Ohtani got away with it was because he was MLB ready when he came over. There was no, he's going to be in the minors. You already knew you were getting a guy that was polished enough to play in Major League Baseball. Like, another Japanese player could do it, or if you get, like, an absolute freak, maybe. But, like, it'd have to be somebody that's, like, I don't even know. Yeah, I remember Reggie Crawford. They switched him to just being a pitcher, right? Or are they letting him try to go two-way up through the farm system? We have Kyle Tucker. We have Jacob deGrom. Yeah, like I said, there's just... my boy Manny Fresh. Got Bobby Witt on the all top team. I think this one's special, though. Looks like it's a pink one. It says right here on the edge, I think that's pink, so. Little hit here for Doug. Yeah, I mean, I know I said nice things about Reggie Crawford in the sense of, like, he has the potential. But I never was a guy that was, like, behind him where I would have put my own money behind him. Just if someone asks, like, yeah, I mean, he's a high risk, high reward investment. Like, very high risk. But if he ends up being a great two-way player in Major League Baseball, like, you are getting rewarded with your money. But you have Gunner. Hopefully he has a bounce back year. Well, definitely not with the Giants. He'd be like 42 years old by the time he gets up through the farm system. And dude, with guys his size, like, and this is just a defense of Reggie Crawford. You never know, because he could be like a guy like Jose Bautista that a couple teams don't give him a chance, and all of a sudden someone fixed a little kink in his swing. We got Blaze Alexander. He just got traded. He fixed a little bit of a kink in their swing or fixed something. We got Brady House on the 1991. And all of a sudden he's Jose Bautista. You know what I mean? Where he's on 8 teams in one season, gets to the Pirates, gets a little bit of shine because the Pirates suck. Ooh, Fergie Jenkins, little throwback auto here. Man, Fergie still got such a nice auto too, man. Look at that. Look at that beaut. Going to the Cubbies and Ben Cuddia. Little Fergie Jenkins, 1991. Insert, baby. Nice hit there on the Fergie. Not Barry Larkin, but yeah, I mean... Okay, I was going to say, but it's just one of those things where there are guys that can make the majors when they're later. Tarek Skubal. Like, it could be a Skubal. Like a Ben Rice situation where, like, you might only get 5 or 6 good years out of him, but... You have Yankiel Fernandez. Into the silver pack. Oh, we got a little purple in the back. We'll see. Aaron Judge, Cole Young, Jack Caglianon, and then we have Buster Posey. 21 out of 250 on the purple. Looks like he's chasing down a loose ball, maybe. Foul ball. I'm not really sure what this image is from. Oh, on a different note, because I've seen it popping up all over the place. Do you guys think Cooper Kupp's a Hall of Famer? I'm kicking into football here while I open this next box. Do you guys think Cooper Kupp is a Hall of Famer? Let you guys answer. I'll give my opinion on it. Not can he be if he retired right now? Because he didn't retire, right? I just think people start bringing it up. So for me personally, I do not think that he's in the Hall of Fame. He would probably have to play 4 more years at the level he's playing at to make it in the Hall of Fame. And I'm going to use an example, and this is me being a little bit of a homer, but in reality, like, it matches up pretty decent minus the first team All-Pro and the Triple Crown. And I don't think one good season automatically gets you in the Hall of Fame in any sport. Otherwise, Tim Linthicum would be in the Hall of Fame for sure. Tim won 3 titles. And he was arguably the best stretch of 7 years of a pitcher in the history of baseball. Tim Linthicum has three World Series titles. 2 of which he was the anchor for with Bumgarner. And the other one he kind of was just along for the ride and pitched in relief. But for Cooper Kupp, I'm going to use a comparison to Hines Ward. Hines Ward is not in the Hall of Fame. Hines Ward has over 12,000 yards receiving, 1,000 receptions, 80-some touchdowns, a Super Bowl MVP, and 2 Super Bowls. He's also a 3-time All-Pro. Not first-team All-Pro, but second-team All-Pro. You have to remember Hines Ward kind of played in the years of Randy Moss and Chris Carter, guys that are already in the Hall of Famers that are way like above board, like guys that are already in the Hall of Fame for wide receivers. Another case study is Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt doesn't have a Super Bowl MVP because Kurt Warner won it, but Torrey Holt has like 13,000 receiving yards and like over 100 touchdowns, and he's not in the Hall of Fame either. It took Terrell Owens I don't know what, and I know Terrell Owens is more a personality thing. As you can see, if the media doesn't like you, the media doesn't like you, and they won't put you in because there's no reason Belichick shouldn't be in. But it took Terrell Owens, I don't know how many years to get in, dude. Like, what, 6? But, yeah, I don't think that Cooper Kupp gets in without another at least 3 or 4 years of the same performance that he has had. And Hines Ward doesn't get in. No, I mean, Cooper Kupp's great. Like, I think if the wide receivers got in the way they should get in, Cooper Kupp would be in. The problem is they don't let any wide receivers get in at all. Like, it's literally like they just don't put wide receivers in the Hall of Fame. Like, it took Lynn Swann like 35 years to get in. Now, I don't think Lynn Swann should be in the Hall of Fame, and that's even coming from a Steelers fan. Because once again, I think it's one of those, he was ridiculously good for like an 8-year stretch and then retired. For the Football Hall of Fame, there's no limit. You can go every year as long as you stay within the as long as you become a semifinalist, I think you stay on the ballot. Which, like, they put, like, 50 people as a semifinalist every year. So, like, I think you can be on the ballot for a long-ass time. It's not like baseball, where it's a 10-year limit, and then you have to be inducted in the committee, whatever, one of those committees. We have Jeffrey Springs on the foil. Ricky Henderson. Got Will Smith. Oh, yeah, way different than... Like, Hines Ward is still on the ballot. He's been on the ballot for, like, 10 years now, and he's been, I think, a finalist once. So you become a semifinalist. It keeps you eligible on the ballot, and then there's a finalist, and there's been, like, a ton of finalists, too, so... Every year. And then I think they only let, like, 4 people in this year, if I'm not mistaken. And it's not like you need a percentage of votes, like, I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look up the exact rules. Like, everybody that's a finalist can get in because everybody votes for them or whatever. We have Beltre Dubont. Like, you don't have to, like, split your votes, I don't think. You might have to, but I don't think you do, like in baseball. We got Clay Holmes. Where, like, you only get, like, the vote for 10 guys or whatever, and it's everybody ever. Like, I think that voting, it's a completely different voting system. Yeah, Andrew McCutcheon on the yellow out of 399. I got so distracted. Oh, no, we got a Will Smith. I was like, I got so distracted. We had a memorabilia, right? Yeah, it was this card. Oh, Kutch. I was going to say he won't be a Pirate this year out of 399 on the yellow. Them signing Azuna pretty much put the nail in the coffin for McCutcheon coming back. I don't think he should have came back in the first place. Like 40 and haven't produced anything, but I thought he got in, or was he one of those guys on the edge? I mean, if Andrew Jones got in, he'll get in. I'll just say, because Andrew Jones shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame either, in my opinion. But guess I lose that argument now. I just don't think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But you got James Wood, Church, J-Ram, and Shota Imanaga. And that's going to be the hobby case. All right, let's get rolling into the jumbo case. We'll go through the first couple stacks, or like how the pack's wise, and if it's set up like it has been, we're gonna obviously get 2 silvers in this, 2 silver packs. We're gonna skip just through the base right to the middle, which will have the hits and the inserts. It is now 1 autograph, 1 memorabilia, not 1 and 2 like it used to be. You know, shrinkflation or some shit like that. Ooh. I would not say that Johan Santana was better than Felix Hernandez. Maybe prime Santana, but not career-long Santana. Felix Hernandez was a product of a terrible team. Alright, let's see if... Oh, yeah, they kept them in the middle. They kept them in the middle. That's what we like to see. Alright. So we're going to have Alejandro Kirk, Matt Chapman, and Mike Trout. So the jumbo case should go a little bit quicker just because it goes right to the hits pretty much. We got Dalton Rushing on the purple, so Brian can start his Dalton Rushing purple only foil future stars. Collect all 250 like their Pokemon. We're going to have the City Connect for the Braves, Ozzy Albies, 95 out of 195. Yeah, I was going to say, that's pretty much the biggest thing that King Felix fixed how the Cy Young is evaluated. Because before, if you weren't on a winning team, you couldn't win a Cy Young till King Felix. That'd be my argument. But I do think Johan Santana was a hell of a pitcher. Where we have the Sand Glitter hopping to it. Got Kyle Schwarber and Aaron Judge. Logan Webb, Brian's favorite. We're going to have the Hunter Brown on the foil. Roman Anthony. Jesse Eisenberg. I do like that they have a few celebrities in there for the first pitch, and it's like a decent mix. You got Kyle Teal on the Sand Glitter. Matt Olson, Cal Raleigh. Got Bailey Ober on the foil. Kyle Tucker. Profiles for Paul Skeens and the Pirates. I have Jorge Soler on the foil. Lawrence Butler, PCA. I mean, yeah, Sonny Gray out of 399 on the yellow. Ooh, another Jonah Tong for the Mets and Steve. Openly, man, I was wrong about Jonah Tong. I did not think he was going to be the pitcher that everyone has him hyped up to be. We have Will Vest on the Sand Glitter. Big Poppy. We're going to have Roman Anthony on the Greatest Hits. Sonny Gray out of 399. We're going to have Zach Maxwell on the foil. Pete Alonso. And have Shohei. Still early in the jumbo case, Brian. Gotta give it a chance. Have Reed Detmers on the Sand Glitter. Freeland. Eacher on the profiles. Michael Harris II on the team border card. Nice hit there for the Braves and Michael Becker. Got Christian Campbell out of 2026. Tristan Peters on the Sand Glitter. I have Larkin Marks. Christian Campbell and the Future Stars out of 2026. 1668 out of 2026. I have Craig Biggio, Will Clark, Jack Caglianon, and Ronald Acuna Jr. JCAG here on the silver pack card. The second silver pack. I guess they're called white packs now. We have Otto Kemp, Ozzie Smith, Pujols, and Beltre. I plan to run everything tonight if that's what people want. I was going to put up a vote after I ran the random for number 4. People wanted me to wait till tomorrow or run it tonight. Because obviously it's going to be pretty late by the time I get to it. But I'll run it tonight if people want me to. But the random itself, the randomization, I'm running right after this break. the second box of the jumbo case in this duel. Yeah, I'm just going to let whoever's awake vote. If whatever the majority is, if it's only like 4 people that vote and they say tonight, we'll run it tonight. If you want to run it tomorrow, we'll run it tomorrow. I know some people want to see their stuff live. Some people don't care and just want to watch the recap. Just want the peace of mind to know that it was live. I mean, obviously you don't want to get anybody's breaks that records them. That'd be silly, but we have Felix Bautista on the foil. Nolan McLean. We have Jazz Chisholm Jr. The Boston Red Sox on the sand glitter. PCA, Julio Rodriguez. Well, random number 2 is breaking tonight no matter what, so that's not even an option, I'll just say. We're going to have Jonathan Aranda, Bubba Chandler, Buxton. We have Carlos Cortez on the gold sand glitter. I guess they added some parallels. That's going to go to the A's and Bo Vincent. It's a cool little looking card. You got Kershaw on the sand glitter, Ricky Henderson, Mike Trout. Oh, yeah, random number 4, I would assume that most people are just going to vote for tomorrow because by the time I started, it's going to be like 3 in the morning. We have Shota Imanaga if I ran it tonight, Trey Turner on the foil, Sandberg, and Aaron Judge. Now I'm going to purple foil here, 231 out of 250 for the Cubbies. You have Grant Taylor on the foil, Cowherkin Jr., and then Vladdy Jr. Got Brandon Marsh on the sand glitter, Suzuki, Jack Caglianot. And I have Maximo Acosta. Churio, Bryce Harper. We have Jose Caballero. We have Ryan Ritter on the memorabilia. That's going to go to the Rockies. They doubled up our memorabilia in this one, right? A little old school box, no, just to say. We had Sonny Gray, Alvarez, Trout. Oh, this is the second box, my bad. We got Juan Gonzalez on the autograph. Little Juan gone here, going to go to Sal. Well, normally I just sleep every night because haven't been running breaks because they took the break account away, but we have Yoshida, Jacob Wilson, PCA, Jose Caballero on the gold out of 2026 for the Yankees. And that's going to be box 2. Minus the silver packs. We have Wyatt Langford, Bryce Matthews, Fernandez, and McLean. The second silver pack, we got Ken Griffey Jr., Byron Buxton, Bobby Witt Jr., and Rafael Devers. And that is the 3 cards from the silver pack. All right, let's get into box 3 from the jumbo case. One second, let me get a swig of water here. You got Casey Mize on the foil. Scooble, Bobby Witt. That's that. Let's see, 1 second here. Stack of base was a crazy wobbly tower. Yeah, Jacob Mizorowski, Sandglitter, Nolan Ryan, PCA. Can't believe they still put Max Muncy in cards. It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. They put Max Muncy into cards. I'm just curious to see what Mizorowski does with the whole season underneath his belt. We have Heim on the foil, Randy Johnson, Marcus Semien. I thought that was Anthony Rendon for a second. I was about to laugh. They really put the guy that doesn't care about baseball into baseball cards. We got JT Ginn, Ronald Acuna Jr., yeah, Hank Aaron. Matt Shaw on the foil. Schmidt Shohei. We have Trevor Megill on the foil. Vladdy Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr. Here's a nice one for the Red Sox. Orange Sandglitter, Peyton Tolley. Nice hit out of 25 for Greg Somers. On the Tolley. Really nice hit. And then we're going to get Baseball Stars. 6 19/50. George Springer for the Blue Jays and Will Yunkin. New Age Athletics on the Sandler, Griffey, and Dominguez. We have Basalo on the foil. Montgomery and James Wood. Alex Bregman on the pink. Got a few of him, the 1991 pink Bregman. Major League Material, Cam Smith. We got Ryan McMahon on the Sandler, Kafus, and Raleigh. The team border, Mason Barnett for the Athletics. Go to Dave Thomas. I kept saying Bo Vincent. Dave Thomas has the A's in this, my bad. Bo Vincent has them in the third case, so I apologize. I apologize, Dave, that I've been snubbing you verbally. Obviously, the break list would say elsewise. We have Bello Mezarowski. Kevin Nagandi. We have Luender Avila. Out of 2026. Into the silver packs. We have Freeland, Bernabel, Alvarez, and Chapman. We have Julio Rodriguez, Schlitter, Teal, and Jacob Wilson. Oh, did I put Freeland in the wrong pile? Man, a lot of people were super high up on Warming Bernabel too, and I don't think he's been. Yeah, I am a little surprised the lack of color in the... I mean, we did get the Jonah Tong green auto out of a silver pack, but the lack of color is a little strange. Get into the second half of the case. This is box 4 of the jumbo case. We talked about him earlier, but a 13 out of 25, Kevin Gausman. Orange sand glitter for the Blue Jays. That's going to go to Will Yunkin. We have the foil with Cal Raleigh right there, Caminero. Tatis Jr. on the big ticket player. Roki Sasaki on the memorabilia for the Dodgers. We have Cal Raleigh, McCutchen, and Freddie Freeman. We have Marcelo Mayer on the foil, Fernandez, and Rafaela. Daniel Schneemann on the sand glitter, Brady House, Bryce Harper. We have Otto Kemp on the foil. Kyle Teal, Manny Fresh. We have the Chicago Cubs black on the team card for Ben. It's going to be a 58 out of 75. We have Matt Stram on the foil, Mike Trout, and Jose Ramirez. We have Yankiel Fernandez on the... Look, he signed his autograph less than super small now. I don't know if you guys remember his cards in Bowman Best, but Fernandez here for the Rockies going to Casey. On the base 1991 insert auto, we got Boyd, Gunnar Henderson, Patrick Bailey. We have Carlos Navarez on the foil, Harper, J-Ram on the all 2025 Topps team. We have Troy Melton, sand glitter, David Wright, and then James Wood on the profiles. And the last pack of this box, Spencer Horwitz on the sand glitter, Ellie Scooble on the all 2025 Topps team. And that's going to be that box. We have Lindor, Junior Caminero, Fernandez, and then we got a Bobby Witt Jr. 208 out of 250 on the purple. Stevie Wonder cut this card though, man. It's like way off center. I mean, you can tell that one right on camera. That one's a bad one. Frank Thomas, Melton, Bobby Witt Jr., and Rafael Devers. Jacob Melton for the Astros. All right, let's get into box 4 of the jumbo case, or box 5 of the jumbo case, I should say. Yeah, the no home field advantages, I wonder if they're just like really rare this year, but yeah, they must be rare. I mean, what Topps should do, they were smart. They would make them a case hit, but, you know, I can't agree with what kind of crazy stuff they say they do. It doesn't make no sense to me. We got Carson Wisenhunt on the autograph. The base Baseball Stars auto going to go to the Giants. And Jeff Stoltenberg. Nice hit there for Jeff. Casey Pink down and put Wisenhunt up there. You got Brian Wu on the sand glitter. Tatis, Ohtani. You got Brady Singer on the yellow. Chris Bubik on the foil Betts, and Aaron Judge on the 2025 All Topps team. We got Bo Naylor on the sand glitter, Nolan Ryan, and Mookie Betts. We have 99 out of 150 on the blue. That's going to go to Aaron Judge. And on the triple, we have 99 out of 150. It's still crazy to me that he batted 331. We have Alex Freeman on the foil. Frank Thomas, Matt Chapman. We got Will Warren on the sand glitter. Shoeless Joe Jackson, Bobby Witt Jr. We have Eric Lahr, foil Julio Rodriguez, and Bobby Witt Jr. We have Peyton Tolley on the foil, Otto Kemp, Tony Hawk. I have 30 out of 50, another Alex Bregman out of 50 for Greg. This time on the sand glitter gold. We have Carson Wisenhunt on the sand glitter, Jeter, and Kyle Teal. Rafael Devers on the foil, Beavers Basalo. We have Nolan Ciano out of 2026 for the Angels. We have Nick Kurtz on the memorabilia. boxes. I should have a thing at 80 points or 75 points. There's Nick Kurtz. We have Jacob Melton on the sand glitter, Altuve, and Kurtz. Melton on the sand glitter. All right, let's get into the silver packs. We have Cal Raleigh, Ellie, Randy Johnson, and Nolan Ryan. Langford, Bryce Matthews, Chase Burns, and Ichiro. That's going to be box 5 of that case. Let's get into the last box of the break. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully we just get one of those broken cases and autograph in every pack. Yeah, the silver packs have not been generous to us. I'm not even going to try to lie about it. Alright, we're going to, like I said, we'll have the random number 2 after this, and I'll put a comment under 3 and 4 and see if you want to run it tonight or tomorrow. Tomorrow I will definitely be able to start earlier. And until I know what wave 2 is, I can't really commit more product to breaks other than some randoms on jumbos, like a couple box jumbo randoms. So because I got no clue what Wave 2 is going to be like. We got Andrew Abbott, Mark McGuire, and Shohei. Because I did get a lot of Series 1 out of the hobby shop, so that was nice. But we got Matt Wallner for the Twins, 85 out of 99 on the Baseball Stars. Good player. I don't know if I think he personally should have autographs in Series 1 of 2026, but good player. We have Travis Adams. We have Buxton and Cody Bellinger. He says, and that's the brand. You don't know what you can get. We still got 2 silver packs. They can't be as bad as they were. We got Peyton Tolley on the yellow. Michael Bush on the foil. We have Ritter and Bobby Witt Jr. We have Didier Fuentes on the sand glitter, Bryce Matthews and Aaron Judge. We have Landon Rump on the foil, Bagwell Ramirez. We have Kennedy Corona on the silver, Cal Raleigh and J-Rod. Kennedy Corona on the Astros. I mean, that would be crazy, but we'll see. I'm not. Oh, we have the Rodriguez. What is this? The Rodriguez file? Oh, the Rodriguez file. My bad. Pink foil. We have Jeremy Pena. You got Logan Webb on the sand glitter, Machado, Griffey Jr. We have Nick Gonzalez on the foil. Oh, that's an insert. I was like, why is he there? Corbin Carroll. I thought that was a regular base card. I was like, why is that? We have Pena on the 1329 out of 2026. Byron Buxton on the blue. Bat relic for the Twins. Twins having a sneaky good break in terms of volume. Brady Singer on a sand glitter, Kirby Puckett, and Bryce Harper. I have 71 out of 250 on the purple foil. It's a nice Roman Anthony. Manzardo on the sand glitter, Chase Burns, Jackie Hornung. All right. Let's see what the last 2 silver packs can get us. We have Cal Raleigh, Ellie De La Cruz, Wizenhunt, and J-Ram. You want to talk about a guy that could be special if he could stay healthy, man. We have Soto, McGuire, Imanaga, and a purple J-Cag. 69 for the memes out of 250. At least we ended it with a decent silver pack. Like I said, I will be back for the random here in a second. We'll run the random for number 4. We'll do a quick recap of the hits, though. So this is all rookies that are silver pack. Oh, I got a numbered card in there by accident. Silver pack or silver foil, like a huge stack of them, I was going to say. Let's get rolling into the hit recap here. All right, we have the gold Morales, Pena on the gold, Roman Anthony on the purple, Byron Buxton on the blue. Memorabilia, we have the pink J-Rod. We have Tolley on the yellow. We have Kurtz on the memorabilia, Shiano on the gold, the gold foil sand glitter Bregman. We have the blue league leaders. We're going to have Brady Singer on the yellow foil, the pink Casey. We're going to have the purple silver pack Witt. We have the purple foil Rushing. We have the black Cubs team card, and then we're going to have Sasaki on the memorabilia, Avila, however you say his name, on the gold paper. We're going to have Edman on the, oh my lord, on the throwback paper card. What it's called right now. We're going to have Cam Smith on the memorabilia, Bregman on the pink. We're going to have the green foil Keishel, the green foil Backus. Caballero on the gold paper, Prieto on the purple foil. We're going to have Ritter on the memorabilia, purple foil Imanaga, Harper on the memorabilia, Campbell on the gold, and Alvarez on the memorabilia. We have Sonny Gray on the yellow foil, the gold foil Bregman. We have Ozzy Albies on the City Connect memorabilia, Dalton Rushing on the purple foil, Andrew McCutcheon on the yellow foil. We have Will Smith on the memorabilia, Buster Posey on the purple silver pack. And then we're going to have the pink Bobby Witt Jr. We have Rafaela on the yellow foil, Miller on the gold paper, Freeland on the gold paper. We have the yellow foil Luzardo. We have House on the memorabilia, Contreras on the gold paper, and Jackson Holiday on the memorabilia. City Connect, Justin Henry Malloy for the Tigers. We're going to have Manny Machado on the bat memorabilia. We have the gold paper McLean, and then we're going to have the orange sand glitter Kevin Gausman. 25. That's a pretty sick card in my opinion. Let's get, and like I know we didn't hit anything crazy, but I actually do think that it wasn't terrible for what Series 1 is. Do I think it could be better? Obviously. I mean, I think any case could be better. Give me one of those We the Hobby cases or one of them Backyard Breaks cases. We're going to have Augustin Ramirez on the orange City Connect out of 25. We're going to have the team border Marcy Barnett on the team border. We have Yankiel Fernandez on the base autograph. We have the green memorabilia Nima. We have Wizenhunt on the Baseball Stars autograph. We have the blue foil Otani. We have Carlos Cortez on the gold sand glitter. We have Harris on the team border. Springer on the out of 50 gold. We have Juan Gonzalez on the base paper. Tolley on the orange sand glitter. We have Tong on the base autograph. We're going to have Cade Horton on the base autograph. Chase Burns on the yellow foil. We have Jack Caglianon out of the purple silver pack. Wallner on the green baseball stars. Fergie Jenkins on the 1991 base autograph. Tong on the green from the silver pack. Fuentes on the baseball stars. And Jack Caglianon in 1991 insert auto out of 150. Yeah, Brian, I'll look at it. That's going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all for filling up the break so quick yesterday. Like I said, we will run the other breaks if people want to. If people don't want to, we won't run them. I mean, we're going to run number 2 no matter what. But if people don't want to run 3 and 4, I'll take up for a vote. I don't even know if 3's filled.